probably hard to see, but there are 6 zeros here. 1 cubic meter, right, has 1,000,000 cubic centimeters. You should get an electric snowblower. I'll suggest that. They'll listen to me just like I asked for a new screen. They'll listen to me. Anyways, so here we have lots of stuff going on here, but try to maybe take inventory of what you've got, right? So Troy won a toy car. That to me, right? Okay, we'll continue, right? That is this long, has a surface area of 48 centimeters squared and a volume of 125 centimeters cubed. The volume of the actual car, so there is that, right? The word actual, it helps, right? Is this much. Okay. So A says determine the scale factor used to 4 decimals. I'm gonna see the toy as a diagram, right? And the actual obviously stays actual. So A, let's look at this. Toy, we have this long, right? We have a surface area of 48 centimeters squared, and they give me a volume of 125 centimeters cubed, right, for the toy. And the actual, what do I know? I don't know the length, right? I don't know the surface area of the actual car. There's no way to find out. I need way too many dimensions to make that happen. But I am given a volume of the actual, and there's the key. When you see that lining up, it's like, oh yeah, I've got both volumes. That's gold here. That's what you want, right? So we have both, right? Both volumes. That is a check mark there. And that's how you will be able to get your scale factor. Okay. So we go, volumes are involved. So K cubed, volume of diagram over volume of actual. Move that up a little bit. Right. So K cubed is going to be, diagram goes first. And what is the problem here? This is not going to be very common, but we have different units, correct? It's not going to work for us if we leave it like that. I usually take the biggest unit and turn it into the smallest. That's what I do. So on the side here, I'm just going to go ahead and perform that calculation that I gave you already. And I know that 1 cubic meter has 1,000,000 cubic centimeters. So that cancels out there. Right, and just to make sure I get this right, four zeros. I always count the zeros, especially when it comes to money and centimeters cubed. In this case, you want the right number of zeros. So that's what I'm going to use here. Okay, so I kind of make an arrow just saying I convert, and then I bring that back, right? So 125 centimeters cubed over 155 followed by 4 zeros. A lot of zeros went missing on the quiz. Just vanished in thin air. Can't do that. And so here I'm going to take the cube root of 125 over 155 and followed by 4 zeros. I put that in brackets to make sure you don't forget about it. And so you got to remember this, right? Math 4, that's what I do. 125 divided by 155 and 4 zeros. And there it is. 0.0432 is my scale factor. That's it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go ahead and show off, right, and say, hit the percentage is this, right? Just leave it like that. You don't want to make a mistake because of that. All right, B, if you read, calculate the length of the actual car. The length of the actual car. So it's one-dimensional, right? Length is one-dimensional. So all we do is K is equal to length of new over, oh, Mr. Dirksen, we're not talking new. We're talking diagram. And I'll tell you, yeah, sure. No squaring or anything like that. That's just K the way we started this whole thing, okay? We know what K is, and I will use it like this. I told you to use 4 decimals, otherwise 2 is fine. More is always better. If you give me more decimals, it's fine. Fewer is not cool, okay? So we know the length of the diagram, which is 12.5 centimeters. And we're going to figure out this, which we're going to call x. And remember, if it's a decimal, you just put a 1 under it to turn it into a fraction. So you know you have to cross multiply and divide. 12.5 times 1 divided by 0.0432. And I will just quickly go look at my calculator here. I go 12.5 divided by second negative brings answer down, and so I'm using all the decimals really. So that's 289.3236 centimeters. Did it ask for it in meters? It didn't. Never mind. Leave it. Leave it. It's just that. As long as you clearly indicate your answer, sometimes in other units I'll make you do a final statement, but here it's fine as long as you clearly indicate the one that answers the question. C, surface area of the actual car. It's asking. Do we have the scale factor already? Don't find it again. Okay, once you find it, you have it. So it's K squared is area of diagram, area of actual. I forget to move it up here. There we go. Okay, that's the one I have to use. So I'm going to square my scale factor. I have the surface area. I should have done SA, sorry. SA. Same as area. And you have 48 centimeters squared. So you're going to find, let's call this Y. And yes, you got to square. I'll show you a trick here. This is what I'm going to show you. This is how I do it. You put this over 1. So it's this times that divided by that, right? So Y is 48 times 1 divided by 0.0432 squared. I haven't squared it just yet. And that's going to give me my answer. I encourage you to practice how to type this in. So it's 48 divided by, I use brackets, watch. 0.0432 squared. I close the brackets so that I make sure only the denominator is squared. And so that is what you're expecting. And you are expecting a bigger surface area, right? Sorry. 25,720.16, and we are in centimeters squared. 3 minutes left. This is my answer. I'm just going to give you what D is. D is supposed to be 7.78 centimeters, because we're going to run out of time and I want to just review. So D is 7.78. You have your scale factor, right? I give you the width. Plug in and go.